Hello everyone and welcome to our 22nd annual McAllen ISD Teacher of the Year Luncheon. It's a demonstration of our heartfelt appreciation for our esteemed colleagues, the men and women who care for our children in our classrooms. Let's begin by offering a prayer and then some special introductions. First, a student. The illustrious mayor of our school community of Wilsonville, Miss Mia Milada. She will be assisting us with a prayer. Mia?
Please bow your heads. We thank you for many blessings that you have sent our way, and surrounded us by the reminders of by people who wish us well in our homes, in our schools, and throughout our McAllen community. We thank you especially for our teachers, nurses, counselors, bus drivers, cafeteria ladies, and to all other people who wish to make my dreams come true. We ask that you protect the men and women far away from home, fighting in battlefields, and guide them home safely. Please give us the wisdom to see your hand in the wonderful things that you surround us by. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mia. By the way, Mia is a 5th grader, a 10-year-old at Wilson Elementary School. We applaud your exemplary leadership, Mayor. Everyone, what I'd like to do is now start with the program. Each year at this event, we have traditionally invited our board president to give the message, the board's message, and to make the special introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our board president, Mr. Sam Saldivar. He will be inviting board members to join him as he makes the introductions. Thank you.
Thank you, Norma. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hope everyone's doing well. The members of the McAllen Independent School District are served by 7 trustees elected by the community. At present, I will now begin to introduce the members of the Board of Trustees, starting with our officers. The Vice President, Trustee Marco Suarez. Our board secretary is Trustee Tony Forina. Next member of the Board of Trustees is Trustee Conrado Alvarado. Next member is Trustee John Ball. Next member of the Board of Trustees is Trustee Larry Esparza. And our next member of the Board of Trustees is Mr. Daniel D. Vela. I'll now introduce some special guests. And if you would, please rise where you're seated and just remain standing until we complete the introductions. As you know, this is an election year for the members of the Board of Trustees. We have 3 positions that are open. And these were announced earlier in the year. For place 3, the candidates for McAllen ISD Board of Trustees are as follows. Mrs. Deborah Crane Aliceda. Place 3, Mr. Mark Anthony Dougherty, Place 3, Mr. Raul Antonio Moreno. For place 6 is Mr. Homer Martinez. And for place 7 is Mrs. Lindsay Guerra. Thank you all for stepping up and wanting to take this opportunity to serve this community. Thank you. The members, you can have a seat if you like. I'd like to share with you a poem written by a student. Because we know great teachers make great schools. And we are here today representing your colleagues back home in your respective campuses because you are loved and respected and valued. And you have inspired others and you have empowered children. And this children whose name remains unknown to us, but for which the board felt it sent a message that was to the heart, and I will share it with you now. And this is a teacher appreciation point. You once have a choice, but you chose to teach. And every day, it's our children you teach. You make a difference in the life of each child, those that are quiet and those that are wild. And there's sometimes quite a few of those. It's the way that you teach. You do it all so well. They look up to you and think of you as swell. You teach from your heart. That's plain to see. They think of you as divine, and we all here agree. Please never forget, and remember it's true, our children all need great teachers like you. We appreciate you, and we value your time. And if you should forget, try to remember this rhyme. You've done great deeds for our community and our campuses, and it truly is noticed. Some of the accolades that you represent for this community, there's a 93.3% are college and career ready graduates from McAllen ISD. The state average is 78.4. In fact, Region 1 is number 1 out of the 20 regions in the state, over 1,200 school districts. So that puts you in the top tier. And the region's at 83%. Most students are graduating with AP and IB passing scores in their core subjects compared to the surrounding districts. In fact, AP is taking their tests as we speak this week and going into the next. All our high schools have been nationally ranked by the Washington Post and by the U.S. News and World Report. No easy feat. Our students earn thousands of college credit hours, professional licenses and certifications, saving their families millions of dollars each year. The history of McAllen ISD. We celebrate a legacy that will hit a new benchmark next year. McAllen ISD represents 110 years of excellence. During the last century and a decade, we have empowered hundreds of thousands of children. We have prepared them well for academic success. We have sent many to Ivy League schools into all four corners of this great nation, if not the world, to other universities so that they can begin their life and contributions to the world. They excel in many fields and many have created their own jobs and their own careers and are now entrepreneurs in many areas. And it's because of your efforts each and every day that the framework of McAllen ISD in developing a curriculum of excellence has been a success and one that we must celebrate and truly are here to recognize on behalf of the McAllen Board of Trustees. For we are McAllen ISD. We are the District of Champions. We are family. We are working together to make sure that every child's dreams come true, not just some, not just a few, and propel families in this community to ever higher levels. I can tell you, each and every one of us on the board, from time to time, we share our stories. And the stories about what we've accomplished in our lives, about our families and our challenges that we may have in our daily endeavors. And we always find, from time to time, remember a quote or remember a teacher that has prepared us and got us to this point and why we are in our lives today. And although we may falter at times, we may say the wrong thing, we may let our emotions get away from us, it's not because our teachers didn't prepare us. It's probably because we didn't listen that day very well. And it happens. But as a community, we are family. And we, just like a family, sometimes you don't get along, and sometimes you have challenges, and sometimes, there's difficulties. But we come together because we love and respect and we believe in each other. just like the Board of Trustees here today, respect each and every one of you. I want to thank you for your contributions because you represent those campuses. A lot of students, 23,833 students by last count. A lot of families, over 140,000 people that live in this community. In this region of South Texas, fastest growing anywhere in the United States. And our children are being prepared because of your efforts, your hard work, and your dedication. And for that, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Saliva. And now, please help me welcome our superintendent, Dr. J.A. Gonzalez.
Good day, everyone. How are y'all doing? You guys look sharp, beautiful crowd. Do want to thank you all, and once again, welcome to the 2016-2017 Teacher of the Year Luncheon. This is a very special event for us because we have an opportunity to slow down because we know that it's a very fast-paced environment that we're in. We have an opportunity to slow down and thank our most important variable, and that is our teachers. And I did want to recognize all of our Teachers of the Year. At this point, please stand and be recognized. If you're a Teacher of the Year, please stand and be recognized. Thank you all so much for everything that you all do. We appreciate you all so much, and we know that your jobs are not easy, but you do it with grace and you do it with love, and we appreciate that very much. I know that we recognize our board members already, but how about another round of applause for our board members for everything that they do. Yeah, this group of individuals spends countless hours away from their families, and they really shape and guide our district to ensure that we continue being the district of choice. So a lot of people don't know the behind the scenes and all the time that they put in, but I can tell you firsthand that this group puts in countless hours away from their families and does a tremendous job of doing that. So on behalf of the district to the board, thank you all very, very much. And one more round of applause for our board members. We recognized our teachers, and we talked about the fact that our teachers are our most important variable, and you are. Because at the end of the day, it's about the teacher and the student in the presence of the content. It's what makes the machine move. But we know that there's another important group that provides the instructional leadership that we couldn't do without. So our principals, please rise and be recognized. Principals, thank you all so much for your leadership. We appreciate y'all very, very much. Thank you. Yeah, the job of the principal is very, very difficult. There's a lot of pressure that comes with it, but you all do a very, very strong job, and our campus leaders, we're very, very proud of you all, so thank you for that. And another special group that doesn't get thanked enough that I do want to recognize because they play a key role in the success of our organization is our executive leadership team. Executive leadership team members, please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you all so much for everything that you do. In preparing for this presentation, it was mind-boggling to try to come up with a theme in a way to have a profound message for such a high-powered group of individuals, because I was thinking about the audience, and that's what you do anytime you're preparing for a presentation, and you start to think, well, talking to Teachers of the Year. Teachers of the Year, not only Teachers of the Year, but Teachers of the Year in McAllen ISD. So to be talking to a group of Teachers of the Year from McAllen ISD is a very humbling experience. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do that. But I wanted to find a way to have a profound impact on letting you know how much we appreciate you all. And I thought about it for a long time. And I finally came up with the commodity that I thought, well, this is an overarching theme that I've heard over my 20 years in the field and in working with many teachers and training many teachers. And it was the concept of time. In talking to teachers, there's always a need for time to prepare for lessons. There's always a need for time to not only prepare, but to deliver those lessons, to differentiate your instruction, to meet the needs of your students. Not only the academic needs, but the social and emotional needs. So time is a very, very important commodity. And as I was thinking of time, I started to think of a conversation that I was having with Albert Canales, the principal at Mac High, as we talked about our beloved senior, Aisha Martinez, who passed away suddenly. And it was a heartbreaking thought, a heartbreaking conversation that I had with Mr. Canales, and I know that our McAllen ISD family is heartbroken. There's no other way to put it. That's one of the hardest things that you'll ever have to experience as a parent, and I can't imagine the pain, and there's no words. All we can do is pray. But for a principal to lose a student, it's also a very painful event, and for a teachers, a faculty, a staff, a student body. So on behalf of the district, Mr. Canales, our condolences to you and your staff and your student body. And I do want to take this opportunity to have a moment of silence for Aisha Martinez. Thank you. And again, to the family of Aisha Martinez, on behalf of the district, our condolences go out to you all in the loss of your little girl. I know that I was talking to Ms. V, and we've been crunching her transcript and making sure that everything was good. And Aisha was a strong student. She completed all of her requirements for her diploma, so we'll be providing her parents with her diploma. She was also in the midst of selecting her college of choice, so a very difficult time, but we're going to stick together as a family. But that whole concept of time and how precious it is kept resonating with me. And as I started to think of this time, I came to the conclusion that it's not only teachers that are held to this commodity and this time factor, it's really all of us, because time is finite. It's not infinite. And as I started to think about the concept of time being finite and not infinite, I started to come up with a simple formula to figure out how much time we had, with making a big assumption that 85 is the lifespan. So we say the big assumption in this formula is that we would live to be 85. Some people live past 85. Most people don't. So I took 60 seconds and I multiplied it by 60 minutes, and I multiplied it by 24 hours, then I multiplied it by 365 days, then I multiplied it by 85 years, and I came up with 2,680,560,000 seconds. Making the assumption that we'd live 85 years, we'd have 2,680,560,000 seconds. I took it further and divided that by 60, and we would have 44,676,000 minutes, assuming we live to be 85. I took it a step further, and I divided that 4,676,000 minutes by 60 minutes, and came up with 744,600 hours. 744,600 hours, assuming that we live to be 85. And I see some of the math teachers checking my math right now. I see some of the other analytical people saying, wait a minute, I've already banked in a lot of those hours, so I'm going to figure out how much time I have left. But the fact of the matter is, assuming that we live 85 years on this beautiful planet that we called Earth, we'd have 744,600 hours. And as I thought about that time, I thought about our teachers of the year. And I thought about the fact that they spend so much of those 744,600 minutes on their students. Not only that, but they have such a profound impact on the 744,600 hours that students have in a lifetime. So my respect for teachers is already sky high, because my father was a teacher, my sister's a teacher, I'm a teacher, my wife's a teacher. I owe my whole profession to teachers. But when I came to the realization that teachers have such a profound impact on the 744,600 hours that we'll have on this planet, my respect skyrocketed even higher. And I started to think, well, what can I tell teachers? What can I tell teachers of the year to show our gratitude for everything that you do to ensure that those 744,600 hours are of quality for all of our students as they move into the future across our valley, across our state, across our nation, across our world, and knowing that you have a huge influence that's exponential on these students and these hours. What can I tell these teachers? And I thought, and I thought, and I thought, and I finally came up with the answer. And it was a simple answer, but it was an answer. And all I could come up with, the best I could come up with, it was heartfelt, and I knew that boiled it down to its purest form is thank you. Thank you for all the time that you put into your jobs. Thank you for all the effort that you put in. Thank you for everything that you do for our students. Thank you for being mother figures and father figures. Thank you for going out of your way to differentiate your instruction to meet the needs of your students. Thank you for being open-minded and collaborating. Thank you for challenging our students to think critically and use higher order thinking skills and create engaging lessons that are authentic. Thank you for using technology as we get deeper into the 21st century. Thank you. As an educator, thank you so very much. As a father, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I have 3 little ones that are coming in. A 5, a 4, and a gonna be 3. I'm working on raising the enrollment at McAllen ISD. 1 student at a time. My wife says, no, you're not. But thank you so very much for everything that you do. In closing, I'll share some words from one of my favorite Mexican poets, Antonio Machado. And Antonio Machado said, caminante, no hay camino. Camino se hace al andar. Al andar se hace el camino. Translating that would be a caminante is a walker, a hiker, somebody that walks. Hiker or walker, there is no road. The road is made by walking. In walking, you make the road. And when I think of the words of Antonio Machado, I think of you all, because our teachers in McAllen ISD don't wait for roads to be made. They're trailblazers. And because of that trailblazing effect, we're able to be a district that is innovative and creative and creates world-class environments for our students. So thank you, teachers, for that as well. For not waiting for roads to be made, but trailblazing those roads. For being open-minded and innovative. We appreciate you very, very much. And finally, thank you for everything that you do and everything that you've done and everything that you're gonna do to have an impact on the 744,600 hours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. We'll resume the program shortly. In the meantime, we have again Mr. Stenkin on the piano and Mr. Castillo on the saxophone. Both are members of the Rowe High School staff. Now everyone please enjoy your lunch and the music. We'll start again in a moment. Fine Arts staff for the wonderful entertainment. Thank you, gentlemen. All done in your honor tonight. At this time, we invite last year's District Teachers of the Year to tell us a little bit about their experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Deborah Cavazos from Brown Middle School and Cynthia Cooksey from Bettis Middle School. Debbie?
Good afternoon, everyone. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be standing here before you in such great and honorable company. I would like to congratulate all of you for your accomplishments as a teacher. It is always an honor to be recognized by your colleagues for your commitment to your students and school. As you know, being a teacher is a challenging yet noble profession. Teaching and working with students with so many different personalities and working with adults with so many different personalities, it's all a great challenge. Yet we as teachers continue to do what we do for the love of our students. Just as our own children, we just want the best for them. So we teach, we coach, we discipline, we nurture, we counsel, we nurse. We do what we have to do for our students' well-being and success. For that's what teaching should be about, giving every one of our students the opportunity to succeed in as well as out of the classroom. However, though challenging, this job is also very honorable. Remember that no matter how great or not so great you think your school year went, you touched the life of at least one child and made a positive impact on his or her life. You were a champion to at least one child. You made a difference in at least one child's life. And for at least that one child, you may have been the difference that propelled that child to reach his or her potential and to dream big. Even if you don't hear the words thank you, a smile, a hug, a high five, those are just a few of the actions that means so much more than words can say. I had the opportunity to speak to a group of brand new teachers completing their first year of teaching and to share a few words of advice. And I shared the following, which I believe applies to all teachers. I teach eighth graders, and every year I tell my students on the first day of school, this year is going to fly by. Before you know it, it will be the end of the year and you'll be heading to high school. So enjoy your last year in middle school. And of course, they never believe me. Their exact words are, yeah, right. However, now that time has gone by and we're so close to the end, they're now saying, you were right. Where did the time go? Well, now, as your campus's Teacher of the Year, you are going to represent your school and district. And your year is going to fly by and you're going to wonder, where did the time go? No matter how many years you've been teaching. 27 years later, and I'm still asking myself, where did the time go? It seemed like just yesterday that I began my teaching career with my small class of kindergartners. Now those 5-year-olds are 32-year-olds. Where did the time go? So please, as I reminded the new teachers, enjoy every minute, every day, and every year of your teaching career. And even as honorable as being Teacher of the Year is, you have not yet reached your plateau of knowledge. So continue to strive to learn more, be open-minded, pass along your depth of knowledge and ideas, and turn to help those who are next in line. And always, and most importantly, just take the time to enjoy and celebrate being the great teacher that you are. Again, congratulations to all of you. Have a great end of the year and best wishes from this day forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I know many of you in this room have been looking forward to this day for quite a while. I, for one, have not. I have to say, I'm known for my honesty, blunt honesty, right out there, give it to you, but I haven't wanted this day to come because I don't want to give up my golden status. You know, it's just hard to come by, and it's taken me a lot of time to get here, and I kind of don't want to give it up. I'm loving it. It's been wonderful being the District Elementary Teacher of the Year, and I am looking forward to another year, another possibilities, but for now, it is that time to give up the golden status. That's not possible. Yes, Diamond Jim. Today we're here to step aside because our reign of terror, our reign as the Elementary District Teacher of the Year is over. And it's time for somebody else to become the newest member of the Teacher of the Year Club. No, it's ours. Well, we're the Elementary Teachers of the Year for 2015-2016, but it's time to make a new 2016-2017 Elementary Teacher of the Year. Let them come and get it! Diamond Jim. Seriously, that's not the way it works. We're a very sharey group. Teachers share. They make their mark. They represent our district. And it's time for someone else to share. They're going to be doing the work. And they're going to represent us with pride, with dignity, and grace, like you did last year. Seriously, we're going to bring that up now. That wasn't my proudest moment, but it was funny. Yes, and now we're going to have to tell everybody because people weren't here. Some of these people didn't see, others did. Diamond Jim is referring to a little embarrassing moment that I did, and I'm going to give you all a little warning. I'm going to share this moment with you guys because some of you can learn from this. While they were announcing the District Teachers of the Year last year, it's really a very surreal moment when you realize that it's you who they're talking about. And I didn't wait for them to call my name out. I don't know what to tell you. It's still very surreal to me. I just remember my speech. I remember banging on poor Brenda Houston's arm many times. I thought I had bruised her, but thankfully there were none. But I actually got up and got to the front before my name was announced, and Dr. Gonzalez was very kind. And he told me, we usually wait for them to announce your name. And I do remember my response to him was, do you want me to go sit back down? It could have been a really embarrassing moment for me, especially if somebody else's name had been announced and I was standing there. But I've learned some tricks over the years, and so you'll find out later, but when I was announced for another award, I did this time sit down and wait for my name to come out for that one. I wasn't quite sure, but I did wait for the name. I did learn the lesson. So it just goes to show you that old dogs can learn new tricks. Woof, 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 woof. Woof. Oh my. Really? Seriously. Scruffy, we talked about this. It was Diamond Jim's turn to come. And it was supposed to be his time to present. Yes, but you mentioned old dogs. And I smell leftovers. Leftovers? Really? Yes, my bloodhound smells leftovers. And nerves. I smell nerves. Nerves? Well, yes. There's a lot of teachers who are too nervous to eat. And I can get some table scraps. And the brown bag that you brought? Doggy bag? I taking leftovers home? Not from the country club. This is a classy place. And they let you in? Seriously? We're only allowed a tiny speech, and you're extending it. You're way over the time limit. We weren't supposed to have you here. Fine. I'll be okay. I'll sit right here. I'll be real quiet while you finish. But I want a cheesecake. Shh. Sit. Don't forget, I visit kinder. I know they don't always stay still. Okay, but sit right here. Like I said, I've been dreading this day for a while. The thought of losing my golden status, I feel a little brassy on the edges. It's not something I wanted, but 2 of you in this room are going to be feeling that golden status. You're all golden, but 2 of you are going to feel extra golden. And I want you to know it's a tremendous and wonderful, wonderful feeling, but just stay in your chairs till your name is announced. Because that was really bad. And especially when my teachers got wind of it and started watching the video online, and they really gave it to me for that one. But what I'm going to tell you now next is something we all know. When one door closes, another one opens. And if it doesn't open all the way, just put your foot in the door and kick it open. You see, as spectacular as last year was for me, taking my coding chicks, my robotics team, to 2nd in the nation, I had another phenomenal year this year as well, taking my new all-girl coding team, the Programming Princess, to 3rd in an international robotics competition. And I would love to say it's me, but really it's them who does it. I teach them a little bit and they really take off and they move on their own. So I have to thank them, because if it wasn't for my coding teams behind me, I know I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Being one of the District Elementary Teachers of the Year for McAllen ISD has afforded me so many opportunities and opened the doors to other venues that I might never have been asked to do before, including speaking at Region 1, sitting on a panel of technology experts for the Valley on our coding skills was a wonderful highlight to me. I found out that it's phenomenal how many people don't really understand what coding is here in the Valley. They don't understand the importance of it. And so while I'm sitting on this panel with these technology experts, I happened to look over and realized, oh my gosh, I'm the only woman sitting on a panel. And that was remarkable enough until I realized, oh my gosh, I'm the oldest one sitting on the panel. As they're talking about dead languages, I'm talking about, that's what I started coding on. So old dogs can learn new tricks. And I can still go toe-to-toe with those young whippersnappers. I'd like to thank Ann Vega and Brenda Houston for their unwavering support of me and my library program, and my crazy ideas and my thoughts, because sometimes the blatant honesty, they just come right out. To my principal, Mr. Earless, for putting up with me and allowing me the flexibility to take my library in new directions, and for just batting his eyes and kind of rolling him up in his head when I tell him, you can't touch me, I'm golden. Sorry, sir, but you know it's been true several times this year. Still golden for another year. Okay, at least one more coming. To thank Norma Zamora-Guerra for your wonderful insight. I'm honestly very sorry that you had to reread and rewrite and reread those essays over and over again, because I know that takes a lot, and especially when you're reading the same essay over and over and over, because I'm not a very interesting person. I also want to thank the members of the community and the committee that voted me in last year as Teacher of the Year, because this year I found out how that kind of works. And I want to thank those who defended that choice, because librarians do provide tremendous support on the campus, behind the scenes every day, that enable your classroom teachers to reach those greater heights. But most importantly, I want to thank the teachers on my campus at Bettis Elementary and my fellow librarians for being my village. Because I know you've heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to make a teacher. We're all products of where we've been and where we're at now. Everybody has taught me so many things. I can't even start picking off and naming other people that I've learned from. I've taken ideas that middle school and high school librarians have, and I've brought them down to an elementary level and then branded them as my own and made them my own. I've taken ideas from other librarians and again made them my own and done different things with them. But it takes a lot of people that you can't even remember where you stole your stuff from. We all do it, we take it, we make it our own, but that's what it is. And it's without my teachers on my campus, and I say my teachers because they're on my campus and I feel like they're mine. They are really the wind beneath my wings, and they are what make me soar. I thank you for letting me come today, because lunch was great, and I got more than 30 minutes. And I want to wish good luck to every campus teacher of the year when we have the final product, but you are all spectacular. I know last year when I sat and listened to what they said about the other campus teachers of the years, I was just so blown away with so many amazing things that they are doing in their classrooms, and I know you all are doing the same. Whoever is chosen, may you represent McAllen with grace, dignity, and humility, but more importantly, may you win Regional Teacher of the Year, because Deborah and I were robbed. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. But I would like to ask you to stay. Ms. Cooksey, if you could stay up here for a second, and Dr. Gonzalez. Okay, Mrs. Cooksey also received another major honor this year. In April, she was named the Texas Library Association Librarian of the Year. That's the...
Congratulations.
And that's
You waiting for your name this time?
that's the highest honor that a librarian in the state can earn. Congratulations, Mrs. Cooksey. And now we're going to take a look into the classrooms of all the 2017 Campus Teachers of the Year. We have a video.
Necesitas que echarle comida, le necesitas que echar agua y también crece. Entonces, ¿qué eres? ¿Un ser vivo o un objeto inerte?
You're drawing, and then you measure. I'll let you continue solving that.
Show me 2 for width, 3 for length.
He'll want some jam to go with it. He'll want another. And another.
And the piggy. Boys and girls, on your piggy. Beautiful, very nice. I've got to see everybody sitting for a 0.
Oh, okay, okay. So then, this doesn't matter which way they're facing. It always has to be
Raise your hand if you have alliteration.
It's funny, like the one that we just did right now. What do you do?
Sometimes it's anger. Sometimes you're rid of it as a tomato. What does that make you think of? Sasha's got the pinks.
Are we ready? Okay, somebody get out of the way.
But you can use this one.
What is that about?
Shadows and freckles. Record. Okay, let's think about it. Record is something
That we have one set of instructions matched with a second set of guidelines. How do you know? Why? Why would you infer we would need to place it in the middle?
What's another word for that? Synonym. My partner, my friend, my best friend.
And I told you about the blueprint, so I brought a blueprint. It's not blue.
Put it towards the middle. Put it towards the middle.
We're gonna find a good one.
Stood 3 feet tall, and he ruled. No
resplandecen al sol.
Good. What's that letter?
13, 14, 15, 16.
What's the area of this?
Quiero que te fijes en tu tarjeta. Necesitan la ayuda del oficial en el escenario. Bien, perfecto. Bueno.
These little blocks, this is your boat. These blocks should be your houses, and they should be around your grass area and factories.
Paper that's easier whenever we have to draw a number line, because I'm pretty sure that you know that to the right we have the numbers that are
Sunflower, blue bonnet.
If I could get a bunch of plant eaters to come and eat, what is it going to do to the other plants? All right, that could be one idea. What's another
Keep
idea?
going. You're done? Oh, yeah, you're done. Ready? Go, Jaime. Good job.
Yes, what would be the A parts of this equation? Inside the parentheses. Okay, but you flipped it now. Why did you flip it?
Access to the classroom and complete the worksheet. This is what right here. Alignment, very good.
We left off with cutting out the fluff, right? Which is also known as the esophagus, the heart, the lung.
Mr. Ramon Garcia stuff. We give it to her. And she starts making money. So Dimas, less than 30% of Americans actually own or buy a house. Less than 30%.
That's what we're going to figure out here. If you get a 0 for your answer, if you get different answers on each side, or if you get it exactly y equals 4, that's how many solutions that solving the system's algebra.
For the next part, Dr. Sylvia Ibarra, Assistant Superintendent for Instructional Services, and Bridget V, Interim Associate Superintendent for Instructional Leadership and Teaching and Learning Analyst. They will be making the next introductions. By the way, every teacher will be receiving a $50 gift certificate and complimentary appetizer at Tony Roma's and Romano's Mac Grill. The two who will be representing McAllen ISD as District Teachers of the Year will receive an additional gift certificate, and all these gifts were provided by Mr. Derek Kinney from Ameriprise. We'd like to thank Mr. Mario Reina. Can you please stand, Mario? Yeah. He's our coordinator for health and physical education. He's the one that reached out to the business community to acquire those sponsorships, and we really appreciate that. We'll begin. We'll begin with our elementary teachers. And can I have the board members to come up, and Dr. Gonzalez, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with our first Teacher of the Year from Alvarez Elementary, San Juanita Cruz. San Juanita teaches in a bilingual kindergarten classroom and is a veteran of 7 years. She comes from a migrant family and didn't speak English at first. She recalls her fifth grade teacher who showed her kindness and consideration and made her feel 10 feet tall. She grew up and became a housewife before she decided to get her degree at the University of Texas Pan American, where she graduated magna cum laude in 2009. She taught 1 year at Castañeda before coming to Alvarez in 2010. She has served on many committees, including the IB leadership team, and has been Alvarez cheer sponsor for 4 years. She says the most important duty of a kinder teacher is to nurture a child's love for learning. San Juanita Cruz. Next, we have Bonham Elementary, Melissa Peña. She has taught 4th grade for 5 years. She attended Boston University and finished her degree at UT Pan American and her master's through the University of Phoenix. She has served as a writing camp trainer, a teacher mentor, and has presented to the RGV Science Association. She says in her philosophy of teaching that teaching and learning are conceptual. Plus, it is essential to build lifelong learners who are passionate about what they are learning and who are able to compete in a global society. She sees the teacher's role as a guide who provides access to information rather than act as a primary source of information. Her classroom is one that is safe, supports risk-taking, and invites a sharing of ideas. Melissa Peña. From Castañeda Elementary, we honor Elida Cantú. Growing up, Elida remembers having a love for learning, loving her teachers, and adoring everything about the school and education. It's the same feeling she likes to instill in her students today. She views her classroom as a place to learn, a place to feel safe, and a place where children can explore their interests. She wants learning to be exciting. Her students use hands-on materials for not only science, but also reading and math. During history time, students act out historical events so they can get a better understanding and see history in a new way. She has taught for 22 years and served at Castañeda since it opened in 2001. Each day, she reminds herself that she is the source of each child's inspiration. Elida Cantú. Now from Escandón Elementary, we recognize Edith Escobedo. She describes teaching as wearing many hats. Some days she's a cheerleader, some days she's a friend, and other days she has to be a disciplinarian. The special days, though, are the ones where she becomes a student and learning things her students come up with that she had not seen before. Teaching, she says, is not just about the curriculum, but includes the skills students need for everyday life. She loves to teach reading and sees it as a method to travel with her students to different worlds and to meet new people. She would love nothing better than for each of her students to develop a lifelong love for reading. She earned her degree from UT Brownsville and is finishing up her 5th year in the classroom. Edith Escobedo. Our Teacher of the Year from Fields Elementary is Michelle Longoria. She has taught for 26 years, the last 14 at Fields. Ever since she was in high school, she thought it would be exciting to teach kindergarten. However, when she got to college, she went the business route, but just a few weeks after graduation, she enrolled in an alternative certification program and obtained her teaching certificate. She soon realized that learning to teach and teaching were two different things. Teachers must have empathy, patience, lots of love and understanding, she says. She values the importance of getting to know each student as an individual, their likes and dislikes, their struggles and challenges. She credits many wonderful mentors, administrators, and colleagues who have impacted her teaching style over the years. Michelle Longoria. Garza's Elementary Teacher of the Year is Evelyn Rector. She currently teaches 4th grade and has taught for 6 years. A former accountant, her university professor told her she was, quote, too darn bubbly and talkative to be an accountant, end quote. She changed her major to education and has never looked back. She also received a Master's of Education in Leadership and Policy Studies from UT in Arlington. She believes teaching is forgetting about yourself and putting someone else's children's first. She loves watching children that have that aha moment when their light bulb shines so bright it blinds. She is known as the box top teacher, and she's co-sponsor of the Garza Garden Club. Evelyn wants to be remembered as a teacher who loves her students. She loves learning about their interests and feels that a close relationship with their parents is important. Evelyn Rector. Now for Gonzales Elementary Teacher of the Year, Kathy Salinas. She is a library learning resource teacher with 18 years of experience in education. She has held her current position for 16 years and works with students in all grades. Kathy believes that all children need someone to believe in them, and her job is to help each student to succeed. Influenced by Carol Dweck's mindset theory, which states that intelligence is not fixed but can be improved, she challenges her students to set goals and work hard to achieve them. She is their #1 cheerleader, and her ultimate goal is creating lifelong learners. Each day, she delights in introducing children to the wonderful world of books, research, and technology in fun and creative ways. Kathy Salinas. From Hendricks Elementary, we honor Monica Garza. Monica has been a Read 180 teacher for 4 years and has 13 years teaching experience. She sees each child as a unique individual, and getting to know and understand them is one of her goals. She empowers them by taking the time to listen to what is important to them and has high expectations for each of her students. She enjoys watching them take the lead while she coaches, facilitates, and encourages. Her students learn that making a mistake is part of learning and lavishes praise on them when they succeed. She prepares the students for their TEKS by introducing innovative and challenging activities that are fun. This helps her students relax and gain confidence during their practice and review sessions. She describes herself as a lifelong learner whose greatest asset to education is her commitment. Monica Garza. Our Teacher of the Year from Houston Elementary is Ruben Castro. Ruben has taught 4th grade for 11 years and has 16 years experience. He grew up in McAllen and attended Fields Elementary and Travis Middle School. Ruben shares that if he had not been for caring teachers who believed in him, it would have been easy for him to fall through the cracks or become involved with the wrong crowd. These teachers had a profound effect on him and inspired him to become a teacher. He identifies with his students, many of them minority and underprivileged. He instills in them the reality that if they want to be successful, they must work hard and be dedicated every single day. As a teacher, he says his biggest reward is having former students thank him and remember the little things he did that left a lasting impression. Love what you do what you love are words he takes to heart. Ruben Castro. From Jackson Elementary, we have Viviana Malacara. Viviana has created an oasis in her classroom where students can forget their troubles and where all students feel safe, valued, and respected. She has taught for 14 years. Her daily goal is to provide differentiated instruction that will help students reach their full potential, whether in whole group, small group, one-to-one instruction, or cooperative learning groups. Viviana assists her students' academic development and builds in them a desire to learn. One of her greatest joys is listening to her students work in groups and watching them take on leadership roles, assisting each other through their task at hand. She is a strong believer in having an organized classroom, seeing how it influences classroom management and positive student behavior. Viviana Malacara. McAuliffe Elementary Teacher of the Year is 5th grade science teacher Edith Garcia. She has taught for 3 years and began her essay by quoting Ratatouille, you must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Edith says she has much in common with many of her students. She too knows what it's like to move and be the new kid in school. She understands the difficulties of feeling different because you are from a different culture or have an accent. She also knows what it's like to have a special someone who believes in you, gives you hope, and helps you build confidence to overcome difficult times. Edith's students love hands-on lessons that spark their curiosity. Her hope is to inspire them to be lifelong learners and future scientists. She wants all of her students to know that she will never give up on them. Edith Garcia. Heather Stewart Kester is Milam's Teacher of the Year. She has taught for 20 years and has been a 5th grade teacher for 6 years in the Gifted and Talented program. Heather believes that it is her duty to model, inspire, and promote the desire to rise to the occasion in her students. She teaches each year as if it was her first because it is their first year. Her carefully crafted lessons forge knowledge, creativity, cooperation, and independent thought. Her daughter recently expressed aspiration of being a teacher. Heather takes great pride in her chosen profession and describes teaching as a calling. She has been inspired by her mother, her high school chemistry and physics teachers in Rhode Island, and by amazingly creative teachers in McAllen ISD, such as Elizabeth Jones, Norma Vogel, and Janice Morin. Heather Stewart Kester. From Navarro Elementary, we now honor Gregoria Taylor. She has taught 5th grade for 3 years. At the age of 7, she traveled from Veracruz, Mexico to the United States and became immersed in a new culture where she didn't know the language. While a student at Seguin, her teacher, Dr. Lopez, would reward a job well done by giving students well-worn books. Not only did her love for books grow, but she learned English and knew that she would someday grow up and become a teacher. She is committed to positively influence her students by respecting them, creating a nurturing environment that promotes growth, and making her classroom feel like home. Her work ethic drives her to be better today than she was yesterday. Her teaching style is infused with kindness and compassion. Dr. Lopez at Seguin helped Gregoria find her voice, and now she is assisting others in finding theirs. Gregoria Taylor. Our next Teacher of the Year is Monica Rios from Perez Elementary. Monica has 25 years of teaching experience and has taught 4th grade for 10 years. Her task is to turn a lesson plan into magic by helping students make connections and become totally involved with the lesson. The magic happens when they begin blending inquiry and making relevant connections with the world around them. She feels compelled to prepare students to accept the diversity they will face in the real world. One of her favorite activities is celebrating the Day of the Dead. Students make sugar skulls, create altars, and invite family members to share their experience. Monica not only teaches academics, she also teaches her students to think, dream, and love learning. Monica Rios. I'll now present Norma Martinez Canu from Rayburn Elementary, Teacher of the Year. Norma graduated magna cum laude from St. Edward's University and then obtained her Master's of Library Science from Sam Houston State. She has 23 years of experience in education and has been a librarian for 17 years. Norma spends each day with the most powerful learning tool ever, books. She believes that when teaching is fun, learning is fun. Realizing that not all children come from ideal homes, she finds herself being a source of comfort and support. When children believe in themselves, anything is possible. Her goal is to keep students become productive, responsible, and caring citizens in a global society. This is not only Rayburn's mission, but Norma's own personal mission. As a librarian, she strives to create library success stories out of each of her students. Norma Martinez Canu. It is now my pleasure to present Roosevelt's Teacher of the Year, Irma Gutierrez. She has 7 years of teaching experience, and this is her first year teaching 1st grade. Irma does not see teaching as simply a profession, it is an exploration. While in her class, her students discover what truly interests them and therefore stimulates their passion for learning. Social interaction is a pillar of Irma's classroom. This is due to her strong belief that children not only learn from the teacher, they also learn from each other. She includes students' input in her classroom rules and curriculum preferences. She has discovered that when students are involved in the working of the class, they are more motivated to engage in their classroom and are eager to learn. Irma has also learned that helping students feel important and confident is as important as the content she teaches. Irma Gutierrez. From Sanchez Elementary, we honor Mirna Salazar. Mirna has 17 years of teaching experience and has been a 5th grade teacher for 9 years. Over those years, she has learned the importance of evolving. As part of the district's Apple Professional Learning Vanguard team, she is aware that teachers must evolve their teaching methods and prepare students for a technology-driven society. As an Apple teacher, her students app smash to create amazing products on their computers while incorporating STEAM Plus components. Her students have become techie tutors, sharing their knowledge with students and teachers. Mirna states that evolving requires stepping out of your comfort zone. Not changing with the times is a disservice to students. Her joy as a teacher comes from watching her students make academic gains and empowering them to succeed. Mirna Salazar. Next, from Seguin Elementary, we have Nancy Cavazos. Nancy has been a 2nd grade bilingual teacher for 4 years and has taught for 20. Besides teaching, Nancy firmly believes fundamental values such as love, dignity, respect, care, and trust must be taught. They are the foundational elements that turn a classroom into a caring family. Her job is to understand each student's individual needs and help shape them into the best person they can become. Her students love hands-on projects and can often be found working cooperatively in groups. Their final creations are amazing, and the students take great pride in their creative endeavors. Nancy feels students do their best when they feel loved and respected, and that an open heart leads to an open mind. Nancy Cavazos. From Thigpen Zavala, we now honor Matthew Ludlum. Matthew received his Bachelor of Science in Spanish from Loyola University in New Orleans and has taught 2nd grade for 4 years. He is well aware of the many obstacles that many of his students have in their personal lives, and he is there to support them in beating the odds. He realizes the importance of inspiring hope while helping them to be proud of who they are and where they come from. He wants his students to be proud of speaking English and Spanish and works hard at teaching in a creative way so that someday they will pursue higher education and have a fulfilling career. Matthew enjoys eating lunch with 1 or 2 students a week and also spends time outside at recess playing with his class. He checks in with teachers of former students to keep them accountable and show that he cares. Matthew Ludlum. Our Teacher of the Year from Wilson Elementary is Graciela Lopez. Graciela received her degree in psychology from Monterrey, Mexico. She has been in education for 8 years and has taught 2nd grade for 4. Both of her parents were teachers, and from them she learned about hard work, commitment, and dedication. They taught her to never give up on students, and that students learn best when they feel loved. She feels that teaching is not an occupation, but a chosen vocation, and it has been her life's mission to instill her heart and spirit into her teaching. She delights in making lessons fun and simplifying complicated concepts. Her rewards are lovingly brought to her in little hands: a fresh cut sunflower, a card full of hearts, or a drawing of her while teaching. But her biggest triumph is seeing their smiles when they accomplish amazing feats like learning to read. Graciela Lopez.
Our next introductions will be led by Bridget V. And let me correct her title, she's Associate Superintendent for Instructional Leadership and Teaching and Learning Analyst.
Our Teacher of the Year from Brown Middle School is Monica Villarreal. She teaches physical education, which means every student in the school is her student. Teachers, she says, are not only responsible for teaching the basic skills necessary for students to be successful, but are also responsible for promoting good citizenship, reinforcing values, and nurturing students' talents and abilities. This is best accomplished, she says, by having trust and respect between the student and teacher, as well as building a relationship with the student and their families. The rewards from teaching are unexplainable, she says. In addition to smiles and hugs, she views herself as privileged to see them grow and blossom during the school year. She has taught 14 years, the last 4 at Brown. While at Brown, she has served as department head, head volleyball coach, cross-country coach, and track coach. Monica Villarreal. Our Teacher of the Year from Cathy Middle School, we honor Allison Niemeyer. She is a special education teacher with 14 years experience. Allison comes from a family of educators. She started teaching as a child in her basement. Her students were dolls and stuffed animals. She would use her father's old papers and books as textbooks and worksheets. She taught in Kentucky and Indiana before coming to the Valley. She believes that success is not necessarily found in a grade, but also be measured by students' belief in themselves. She recalls one story of a student who was so ashamed that he could not read that he had asked for individual help. He wanted to take home a book to read to his mother, who herself could not read. She will never forget his confidence and pride when he took a book home. His mother actually came to the school to share her excitement over her son. Allison Niemeyer. Lee Keys is our top teacher from De Leon Middle School. Lee has taught science for 17 years. He believes in teaching more than just science, however. He also teaches respect, honor, love, and kindness. Today's students are way more connected, he says. One has to wade through the television, their computers, and their phones to reach them. You first have to love what you teach before you can entice others to love it too. One must also address each student's emotional needs. Lee views professional development as important toward teacher growth. Last summer, he attended a climate workshop in Colorado. For this summer, he has applied for the NASA Liftoff program and to the McDonald Observatory. Lee Keys. Fossum Middle School Teacher of the Year, we now recognize Anne Jeanette Luetta. She teaches 6th grade math and is finishing her 5th year of teaching. She started out in elementary school teaching 5th graders at Thigpen Zavala and moved to middle school 2 years ago. She recalls fondly her experience as a student teacher when 1st graders wanted to be like her. That's when she suddenly realized she was a role model. It's a role she takes to heart. She sees teaching as a journey of igniting hope, self-confidence, and a love for learning. She graduated magna cum laude from UT Pan American and believes she has found her calling. I have found a happiness I cannot describe, she wrote. No other job allows you to have so many beings love you just for being yourself. Anne Jeanette Luetta. Teacher of the Year representing Lincoln Middle School, we have Veronica Martinez. She has taught art for 25 years and sees teaching as a passion and not a profession. She wants to instill the love of exploration in her students that she hopes will continue for the rest of their lives. She loves it when students discover their hidden talents. Through creating art, students get to see how art touches every aspect of their lives and makes the world around them more beautiful. Her passion for teaching comes across each day when students can't wait to show off how far they have come after mastering a new technique. Veronica Martinez. From Morris Middle School, we honor Celeste Garza as our Teacher of the Year. Celeste is one of our own, having graduated from Rowe High School. She earned her bachelor's and master's degree from UT Pan American and has taught science for 15 years. She has served as a U Teach mentor, a staff development presenter, and science curriculum writer. She views teaching as more than just teaching. It includes compassion, relationships, collaboration, and innovation. She continually strives to deliver better science instruction and is also finding ways to improve. She is also a coach. Her tennis team has been unbeaten the past 2 years, and last year, her boys' swim team won the first district swim title for Morris. This is her second Teacher of the Year award, Celeste Garza. Our top teacher from Travis Middle School is Crystal Marie Sepulveda. She entered teaching through Teach for America. She describes her 4 years at Travis as enriching based on interactions with both students and colleagues. As a special education teacher, she continues to be astounded at the growth of her students' ability. She has seen students who disliked school aspire to graduate and go to college. She has helped students who could not read the word cat read their first book. Among other things, she has organized an animal volunteer project in which baked goods are delivered to the elderly. She understands overcoming challenges, have entered school as a little girl not being able to understand English. Her kindergarten teacher would communicate with her through a made-up sign language, but over time, her teacher's encouragement and patience paid off. She still fondly remembers that compassion and uses it in her own classroom. Crystal Marie Sepulveda. From McAllen High School, we honor Jorge Villalobos as Teacher of the Year. After 12 years as an Army officer, he says he thought teaching would be a noble way to give back to the community and also be a relatively simple profession. He admits he had no idea how mentally taxing, emotionally demanding, and time-consuming teaching could be. However, he now describes it as a life-altering experience and a calling he wholeheartedly accepts. In his philosophy, he wrote that an educator must accept the social, emotional, and sometimes physical responsibilities that come with teaching all students. A teacher, he says, must be compassionate, energetic, and patient while exerting high levels of self-control, strong values, and practicing emotional intelligence. He has taught special education since his teaching career began in 1992. This is his second Teacher of the Year award, Jorge Villalobos. And now from Memorial High School, we have Melissa Eddy. The words that explain Melissa's teaching philosophy come from poet Robert Frost. I am not a teacher, but an awakener. She credits her mother as being her awakener and sparking her interest in living things. Now, as a high school biology teacher, she shares that passion with her students. She likes to vary her lessons, going from inquiry-based labs, having probing discussions, and even playing science songs. She believes students learn best by doing. She has adopted the blended classroom concept so her students can do more while in class. She earned her bachelor's and master's at UT Pan American and has served as an AP biology presenter for the National Math and Science Initiative. In 2009, she received an Inspirational Teacher Award from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Melissa Eddy. From Rowe High School, we honor Jessica Castagnano as Teacher of the Year. Jessica has come full circle. She was a student heavily involved in agricultural science at Rowe High School and now is the agricultural science and technology teacher there. Her students come from many backgrounds, but when they step into her classroom, they are a part of the Rowe FFA family, she says. In 3 years, the FFA chapter membership has doubled, and they won their first state banner. She believes hands-on learning and student engagement will help them learn and retain content. She credits her teaching style to Mr. Matthew Slawinski, her middle school history teacher who now teaches at Fossum. She graduated from Texas A&M Kingsville, and while there, was named Agricultural Science Student of the Year. She is now on a course to complete her master's there this summer. She describes teaching the course she loves as her passion and dream come true. Miss Jessica Castellano. Ramon Garcia is here representing Lamar Academy as Teacher of the Year. He sees educators as people who want and do make a difference in helping students become happy and productive citizens. He likes to say, doctors give you life, but teachers help you achieve lifestyles. He has taught social studies for 28 years and views each day as a blessing. He has taught at Lamar since 2003, and prior to that, taught at Memorial. He has served as a mentor and student government sponsor. He says his greatest reward as an educator is watching students learn new things and gain skills that will help them in life. Each day, he says, is a new opportunity to reach for your goals and make a difference in the lives of those around you. Mr. Ramon Garcia. The top teacher from Achieve Early College High School is Clarissa Guerra. She has guided young minds through physics for 25 years, the last 3 at Achieve. Prior to that, she taught at Travis and Lincoln. She earned her degree in science education from the University of Iowa and her master's through UT Pan American. Along the way, she has coached UIL science, become a Texas Instruments calculator trainer, and presented numerous times, including to the Rio Grande Valley Science Association. She says teaching is like cooking. You need to start with a good recipe. A good teacher, like a good cook, will tweak the recipe as they gain more experience. She says she's honored by the countless students who have said she made a difference in their lives, including one 9th grade dropout who tracked her down years later to share the news that he had graduated college. Clarissa Guerra. From the Instruction and Guidance Center, we now honor Karen Teverovsky. She was raised by an immigrant mother and attended 9 different schools growing up. Sometimes students would make fun of her, and she recalls how her teachers would step in and turn it into a teachable moment. It is a skill she still uses today. She credits her mother with making education a priority. She earned a bachelor's in accounting and went through the alternative certification program while working as a clerk at Brown Middle School. She originally wanted to teach math, but found her calling in special education, where she earned a master's. She has taught at the ING for 12 years now. Making a connection with the whole family is crucial, she says. Teaching is all about trying to prepare each student to live a happy life. Ms. Karen Teverovsky.
And now we invite Ms. Jenny Ann Vega, our Director of Instructional Technology, for the official presentation of our Technology Teachers of the Year.
For our Elementary Technology Teacher of the Year, her name is Adelina Chavez of Fields Elementary. She has served as the music specialist at Fields for 4 years. During that time, she has won several McAllen Education Foundation grants, including one that established a TV news station for her campus. She has recently been accepted into the master's program at Carnegie Mellon University, New York University, Columbia, and Boston University. Adelina Chavez.
Ann, jump in, Ann. There you
Our Technology Teacher of the Year for Secondary comes to us from Travis Middle School. Mr. Gerald Varlek came to the Valley from Tennessee in 1995 and began as a substitute teacher. He has spent the last 22 years working as a teacher, a campus technology facilitator, assistant principal, testing coordinator, and dean of instruction. He says his philosophy about technology and education is that technology is an essential tool for making the classroom more relevant and engaging for all students. Gerald Varlek.
Oh, hand. One more hand. All right, good job.
Dr. Bobak, can you read the next one? Bridget, can you have a picture?
Wow. Good choice. Good choice. Yes. No.
Breathe. Okay.
Mario, did you get us a new car to give away? Come on, Super Mario.
And now for the presentation of our 2017 District Teacher of the Year for Elementary. Challenging obstacles is what this educator is all about. It's this perspective that led this elementary school colleague of ours into teaching and to a special bond with students who experience high mobility in their lives. Here's a very telling quote. I know from first-hand experience about the crucial role of that someone who believes in you, giving you hope, and helping you build confidence to overcome difficult times in your life. I strive to be that one person in the life of my students. This teacher's love of science is so deep that she actually began her professional life as a pediatric dentist in Mexico City. Now a bilingual generalist for 5th grade, she serves on her school's SILT as her campus science fair coordinator and has worked to help develop 5th grade science curriculum for the district. This teacher comes from a long line of celebrated educators, a grandfather who had a school named after him, aunts who were pioneers in early childhood education in Mexico, and a sister who is a celebrated music teacher in our own community. Ladies and gentlemen, our Elementary Teacher of the Year, Ms. Edith Garcia from McAuliffe Elementary.
take it.
Wait a second, Ms. Garcia. Edith says students are brave little people with big minds and hearts. They embrace changes and are fearless every day. I see a reflection of myself in their attitude as they take ownership of their new lives, feeling empowered to do whatever they set their minds to do. She says she's proud to work in a district that believes in nurturing and developing educators, surrounded with a philosophy that students come first and embraced as a member of the family by a supportive campus. Would you like to say a few words?
Say a few words.
A few words? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for voting for me. This is so surprising for me. Thank you very much, Ms. Pitchford, for all your support. And well, I belong to a campus that I can call family, and I have a great team, and I couldn't be here without all of you. So thank you very much.
Our secondary teacher of the year tells about priceless memories shared with mom during childhood, in the library, planting gardens, dissecting flowers, discussing the human body systems, endless hours during which she truly awakened my love for learning and allowed me to explore my curiosity and interest in living things. Today, she loves to show her students the wonders of nature and then lead them down their own path of exploration. Science is a wonderful thing. Our secondary teacher of the year is a 25-year veteran. Every single one of those 25 years of influence spent nurturing McAllen Memorial High School students. Ladies and gentlemen, our secondary teacher of the year, Melissa Eddy from Memorial High School.
Access the Google Classroom and complete the worksheet. Okay, so everybody completing the worksheet. You're showing this is what right here. Alignment, very good. They're showing.
Melissa teaches AP Biology, Biology 1 Pre-AP, CP, and dual enrollment biology with STC. She is the campus AP coordinator, and she has been a presenter in the National Math and Science Initiative, an AP Biology College Board consultant, presenting in summer AP institutes and workshops across the nation since 2015. Ms. Eddy already has notable recognitions under her belt. She is the past winner of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology 2009 Inspirational Teacher Award and the 2000 Texas Excellence Award for Outstanding High School Teachers. She tells about her blended classroom and how she has embraced this because she took a Chinese proverb to heart. It says, "Do not confine your children to your own learning, for they were born in another time." Melissa, a few words?
This is kind of like that dream where you skipped all semester and you show up and it's the day of the exam. What to say? What an honor, what an honor. This is just a wonderful event. I'm so just bowled over by the gift certificate and the plaque and the nice lunch. Thank you so much. And I thank the teachers on my campus who believe that I deserve this. I work with a great team of teachers. I went to Memorial. I'm a graduate of Memorial High School, and then, like she said, I've been there for 25 years, and that is my school. I'm dedicated to it. So thank you so much, and thank you to Mario for acquiring the additional gift certificate. And I thank you also for the little pack of pictures. Very, very nice. And I promise I'll have something better in August. Thank you.
You're doing strong on them by doing so.
One more round of applause for all of our Teachers of the Year and our District Teachers of the Year. What a great honor. On behalf of the school district and on behalf of the school board, to all our Teachers of the Year, thank you for all your hard work and your dedication to the children of McAllen ISD. To our Teachers of the Year at the elementary and secondary level, congratulations. This is a very, very well-deserved honor and not an easy one to accomplish. So both of you all are going to represent us well at the next level. We're very proud of you all. We're very proud of all of you. But I do want to thank you all. And as we move forward through the day, let's keep what's most important in mind, and that's our students. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.